All right. Good morning, everyone. It's Wednesday, August 21st at 9 a.m. We'll start the meeting. Anybody have any comment from the public in the... Oh, shoot. Brad, will you lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Eric. All right. Now, is there anybody here from the public that wants to speak? Anybody online? Okay. Any changes on the consent agenda? I would entertain a motion.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
And I will second that motion.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Kelly, aka Sky King.
Good morning, Kelly Caulfield, Airport Manager. So we've had some discussion about the runway project, the runway 3315 runway project quite a bit, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to do a little update and give you some eyes on the project and what we're going to do. It's pretty short here, but wanted to go over some items. So first of all, on this first page, we have the project, we're going to be completely demoing and reconstruction of the runway 3315, which is our secondary runway. It's going to widen from 40 feet to 60 feet, approximately 500 feet shorter. That was for Highway 26 protection. And that's actually how the project really started, is we needed more room from the highway for protection. And that was part of the reason why the FAA approved the project.
Is there, in that 500 feet, is there any pavement or anything there, or is it just bare dirt?
There's pavement now, but it'll be dirt.
Okay.
That whole area.
So does that restrict the size of planes that can land, or?
So on our secondary runway, it doesn't. You know, you always want as much length on those runways as you possibly can. We're losing some. I think we'll be able to pick it up maybe in a runway extension project later on, maybe, you know, somewhere in the next 5 years or so, probably after that. But for the secondary runway, it still provides plenty of room for the aircraft that use it. Our main runway is long enough for the bigger aircraft.
Got it. That was what I was interested in.
So the new project, so it'll be new runway lighting, signage, and markings, which is a big part of it. And then I've talked about runway 3315. It's actually going to be changing to runway 3416. And that is magnetic variation over years changes a little bit. So they're actually adjusting that. So, and that's what those numbers are. 33 is 330. That's the heading. And 15 would be 150. So that's the compass heading. So that's why that'll be changed. So, next slide. So we've talked about this in the past year. So design, engineering, construction, our consultant is Precision Approach Engineering. So we've been with them for quite some time, and we've just renewed their 5-year on-call contract. The contractor, the parent low bidder at this time, is Taylor Northwest. So we were working through a couple items to get this everything going. Next slide. The runway reconstruction project, we're looking from this fall, November 24, to hopefully have everything wrapped up by the 1st of July. And then we'll grant closeout and such will probably last another couple months. Next slide. So that's so this is just a picture, an overview, so you can see the runway that's facing, you know, that's going north-south there. That's the runway we're talking about. That's the secondary runway. And this picture was taken quite a while ago, actually, after we had a sealer put on the runway. So it looks pretty good there, but in reality, it's pretty rough. Next slide. And this is the engineer's plan. It's a little bit hard to see, but you see on the right-hand side there, you can see that little horseshoe or that little right-hand bend to it. The original runway goes all the way to the end of that blue segment to the right. Yeah. Yeah, and so that you can see the green shaded area covers the highway, which is the yellow, and you can see where that whole triangle or that runway protection zone changes and goes to the north. So, next slide. And again, this is just a kind of a real life project overview. So that's again the runway in the area that'll be changed. Next slide. So the total project is $4,472,522. FAA is funding a little over $4 million. We have a core or state funds that is helping us for $250,000 and $197,252, which is local for Crook County airport funds, and most of that was generated through the airport surplus property. So with this grant, typically FAA will announce, give us an offer, and we have multiple weeks to sign the grant and return that to them. For some odd reason, this has been delayed, and their announcement now is coming out the 9th of September, and they want us to return the signed offer on the 10th. So we have 24 hours to sign and return that. So, so part of this, we talked about the work section a little bit, is requesting that the grant be, and Johnny, you might help me with this, be signed out of court.
We already did that.
Okay, that's already good.
Yeah, we're all set. We did that at the last meeting.
Okay, just want to make sure that was approved. So anyways, that's an interesting piece of the puzzle there. So next slide. So this is some pictures of site conditions now. You can see the cracks on the runway. So this is throughout the runway. The last time this had an overlay was, I believe, late 60s, early 70s. So it's just been patched ever since. And then you can see to the right, that's our lighting system for the runway, which is pretty rough. So next slide. And this is the, through the improvements, this is the main runway 29. And you can see LED lighting. And so hopefully everything, well, the plan is that secondary runway will look like this when it's all done. I think that's it.
I have a question for you, Kelly.
Yeah.
We did a runway in San Luis Obispo, and I know there was a lot of different requirements on, this isn't the proper term, but the bump meter, you had to take it and all that. Who takes care of those requirements? Like, is there a state inspector or does FFA inspect it? How are those met?
So with our airport engineer or design, which is precision approach. So we've already gone through the design and engineering. So during that process, FAA reviews all of that well before we even start. So right now we have all the elevations, everything is set for the job, very detailed. So they'll sign off on that. So during the project, then again, our consultant is involved. They're out during the day, every day, reviewing the project and reporting to FAA exactly what's going on.
Okay.
So lots of checks and balances on the project. Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Great job.
Thank you. It was just a big project, so I just want to get your guys' eyes on it.
Yeah, no, it's really.
Thank you very much.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Kelly.
Katie?
Good morning, commissioners. Katie Plum, I'm the Health and Human Services Director, and I have, I think, what is a quick item to chat with you about today. Several months ago, we received $500,000 from Central Oregon Health Council, and we've been working with them over that time. They have a work group focused on improving access to behavioral health resources in rural Central Oregon. We ended up with the full amount of the funds because nobody wanted to be a fiscal agent, or no one stepped forward to be a fiscal agent. I knew that we were one of the 3 geographic areas that was being targeted with this funding. So I said we would host the money. This is a while back that I had brought the original $500,000 proposal to you all. So since then, we have secured a third of that money to be able to run programming that supports our mental health promotion, position and work, and suicide prevention. Lapine and Jefferson County are the 2 other rural communities that have been identified as these funds supporting work in their communities. So this is the first of 2 subcontracts that will get this money, a third and a third, out to Lapine. So this one is for Lapine Community Health Center. They have a project set up. They recently renovated their space. So they are going to use these funds to get people access in Lapine, actually, for mental health services. The details of that program all went through Central Oregon Health Council. We didn't have to really do any programming work with them. We're just getting the funds to them. So that's what this is. They've outlined their scope of work. It's been approved by Central Oregon Health Council, and we're getting their third of the money out to them.
Good. Thank you.
And we'll see that the Jefferson County contract is being reviewed by their legal counsel, so it'll be up next.
Is there a motion needed or anything? It's just basically writing a check. How does that work?
We have a subcontract that would need signed.
Okay.
Which I have printed ready for it.
Okay.
We need a motion for that.
Yeah, so how do we, Eric, formally, do we need to make a motion to sign the subcontract?
Yes, I think you would.
Okay,
So Katie, on this IGA with Lapine, and then we'll have a similar IGA with Jefferson County.
Correct. Mm-hmm.
Okay, perfect.
I guess, well, then I make a motion to sign. Help me with how the wording of this, Katie. What would be your actual to sign to appropriate funds to Lapine Community Health Center?
I see.
I don't know quite, since it's
I don't
kind
have
of like
the exact number.
like we're like a carrier agent. I'm not sure how to do that.
Try just that and that.
Okay. Okay, I make a motion to sign the professional service contract with Lapine Community Health Center.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Katie.
Do we have any executive session?
First interim manager report.
I don't have anything today.
But do we have an executive session? No.
Any
Okay.
commissioner updates?
Okay,
You guys just here for the show?
Us?
Yeah.
I just saw if there's any questions on the IGA for the jail beds.
Oh, okay. Okay, perfect.
we're good.
Susie?
We received a letter from Senator Finley in regards to the Idaho proposition. We went ahead and Crook County sent a letter indicating the way that the vote had went. He wrote back that for one or more counties of Oregon to become a part of Idaho, 3 steps must be taken. First, the Legislative Assembly must consent. Second, the Idaho legislature must consent. And then the order of consent granted by each state legislature. The third step is obtaining consent of Congress. He also stated that I need a clear message from the majority of Crook County citizens that they support moving to Idaho. I am unwilling to ask the Oregon legislature to consent to an action where only 5,149 of 21,442 registered voters in Crook County voted in support of the action. The May 2024 vote simply required conversations on the best interest of the residents and was not a directive to move the border. Just wanted to bring that into public record.
Anything else?
No, I don't think I have anything.
Okay. All right, any public comment to wrap it up? Okay, we'll adjourn the meeting.
Wow, 9:17. This was a pretty,